Falaflayatu, good evening. Leading our news bulletin for tonight, Niue government is in negotiations for an extra flight to service the island, much to the delight of many business travellers and outside interest. That, according to Premier Toke Talangi, will address the convenience aspect of having a second air service. Premier Talangi is confident the new service will be a huge benefit for Niue, and government will be able to meet the requirements to ensure continued development with air transport.
The other discussions we had with Minister Macaulay was in relation to the second airline service that we have been talking about for some time now. We have agreement in principle we won't be releasing anything until we've figured out what the logistics are for that service are, and so on. So he's very pleased. He's also very pleased with the way that we have been conducting our business here. It's I suppose a mark of their confidence in us that they have agreed to provide us over the next 3 years a forward-aid program of $42 million over the next 3 years. So I'm very pleased about that, and he and I get on extremely well, and so on. It's a flight every fortnight, 2 flights every fortnight. So I think we're looking at about 4 months, about 16 flights or so. The risks are always there with air services to Niue, but I'm confident that we should be able to meet some of the targets and ensure that we don't lose too much money. New Zealand has provided some support for that, but we still have to be extremely careful because we may have to also front up with some of the money that may be required. At the present moment, Charles Cooper and Jonathan Kings and his people in New Zealand are working on the final, if you like, details of the agreement for a second service, including the commercial requirements and so on. And Hayden Porter and the board are now working on the operational aspects of promoting and marketing, as well as looking at the services that we provide here, as well as accommodation, to ensure that we can maximize the returns from the second service. It's going to make it convenient for us. We should be able to go every fortnight if we need to, go down on Friday, come back on Tuesday, I think is the day that we would prefer, or go down on Tuesday, come back on Friday. So it'll make it a lot easier for some of us to travel and come back and do our work here.
The second flight is planned to service the island every fortnight with a 4-month trial proposed to begin the new initiative. Today at the Makini Hall, a group of women leaders received much encouragement from one of the groups established after travelling to Vanuatu to a conference organised by Vital Voices. Vital Voices is a program designed to encourage women's development and was originally started by Mrs. Hillary Clinton of the United States to assist women reach their full potential and address issues of human rights, economic empowerment, and political and public leadership. A program entitled Emerging Pacific Women's Leadership, planned to conduct for 90 months, also has Niue's interests with 11 other Pacific countries targeting 15 to 34-year-old women. One of the young Niuean ladies based in New Zealand, Janita Polisi, travelled to Niue to assist her counterparts in presenting to many of the women on the island Niue's first project targeting young women.
It's about encouraging young Niue women to consider roles in the tourism industry and to consider other alternative income generating roles that they can do inside the tourism industry, because it's not just tourist specific activities. There are lots of activities that will focus towards Niue tourism.
So why has your group decided to focus this particular project on young women and tourism industry?
Because we think young women are great, and because we want to retain Niue young women in Niue so that they have the opportunities to create businesses for themselves and for their families in Niue. It's all about that, just ensuring that Niue prospers with our young women as well.
Niue's project aims to empower women, and the group has also planned more supporting and training initiatives for the young women and a bit of encouragement from Ms. Polisi.
We've got a series of workshops that will be held this week. Then we're going to follow up with mentoring and job shadowing, and we're also going to have a couple of workshops that allow our young women, about 10 to 15 young women, to do some business plans. So hopefully we have business plans ready in December to go. Yeah, young women, you can do it. You can succeed. You can help your families to succeed in careers, and to not just look at the normal public service, but also look at other avenues where you can succeed in business and income generating opportunities.
It is expected that the program can enhance knowledge, skills, and abilities to advocate for women's economic opportunities and greater women's leadership in civil society throughout the Pacific Island region. This project was made possible with funding support from ASE Pacific Leadership Program. Niue Tourism has now got a new authority board. 4 of the board members have been confirmed and 1 member is yet to be added to the list. The new board, headed by Adrian Walters from Matavai Resort, Sonia Talang from Pelenis Travel, Teresa Scott from Namukulu Cottages and Spa, and Doreen Siatanga. Much of the work for the tourism industry has been to increase the island's tourism industry and address some of the much-needed upgrading and developments around the island, and it is expected the new board will also have their hands full with the continuing increase of tourism initiatives. We wish the new board a successful term. Broadcasting Corporation of Niue has been praised by many counterparts from the larger nations around the Pacific for its efforts to increase its broadcast of news and events around the island. BCN recently received reports of its YouTube project that since the corporation started uploading its contents on the site, more than 41,000 viewers have logged onto the Niue site to receive information on some of the entries. 808 videos have been uploaded onto YouTube since it first started in September 2010. The top 10 most popular programs viewed are the Sika Advertisement, Taunanga Niue Festival 2011, Annual Show Day 2010, Unga Video, BCN News May 2011, and the Niue Flag Raising Event in 2010. Most logged on countries started with New Zealand at the top, followed by Australia, United States, Germany, Russia, United Kingdom, Poland, with Niue ranking 8th, followed by Canada and Japan. BCN IT staff member Holger Karsten, who is responsible for creating news on YouTube, said he is happy so many have checked the Niue TV site. The Ekalesia Sunday School Rally was held over the long Easter weekend break, bringing together Sunday school kids from around the island. The annual commemorative service is a celebration that is rotated each year for villagers to host. Tuapa took the lead this year, reflecting on the main theme and portraying the true meaning of Easter, from the Last Supper, crucifixion, resurrection, and renewal. Youngsters enthusiastically sang praises and portrayed their understanding of the importance of Easter and what it means to Christians. Judging by the songs and skits, it was clear that Easter is more than just tasty Easter eggs, and that there is an awareness of the sacrifice made by Christ. The theme emphasized for this year is for the need for children to grow up with an interest in the story of Jesus Christ and his exemplary teachings throughout his life and of the sacrifice he made for the redemption of sins. The response this year was very positive, and many are already looking forward to greater things next year. And that concludes our news bulletin for tonight. Don't forget to go and check out the ECE and Niue Primary School Sports Day tomorrow at Halamahanga.